Hey guys, Orly here, founder of LifeVestInside, and I want to thank each and every one of you for deciding to kick off your week with me on the weekly Kindness Kickoff with Orly, coming at you in the beginning of every week, where I do a reading from my book, Kindness Boomerang, How to Save the World and Yourself Through 365 Daily Acts. And then I give you, myself, and all of us out there an exciting kindness challenge based on the reading. For those of you that don't have a copy of the Kindness Boomerang book, you could get yours right on the LifeVestInside website by going to LifeVestInside.com. All of the proceeds go directly to the nonprofit organization to help us continue doing great things in the world. It also makes for an amazing gift to gift forward to someone else. You could also pick it up on one of the online retailers, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, IndieBound, iTunes, and Target. We also have an audio version of the book out right now, so check that out as well. And of course, you could win your copy right here. In the very beginning of every month, I do a drawing where one person wins 2 copies of the book, one for themselves and then one to gift forward to somebody else. So how do you get involved in that? Simply by engaging on the platform right here, leaving your thoughts, your comments. What was the act how did the act speak to you? Or what was difficult about the act that week? Or what did you actually do to incorporate that act into your life? So simply by engaging on the platform, you have the opportunity to win a copy of the book. The next raffle, the next drawing is going to be coming up next week. So stay tuned for that. As you guys know, I've been talking about Dance for Kindness and this amazing event that we have coming up. It is a virtual event and every single one of you have the opportunity to take part. Whether it be joining us for the actual virtual event, we have an amazing, crazy list of speakers and performers. You can check them out at danceforkindness.com. We also have the opportunity for you to join on the day of the event, 3 different times, and do the dance with us virtually from the privacy of your own home. It is completely free to take part. You just sign up. You'll receive the link to the dance tutorial. You get to learn the dance moves in the privacy of your own home and then join thousands of people around the world doing the same dance on the same day to the same song, all in celebration of World Kindness Week. And of course, we have the kindness challenges. They're so awesome. We have 9 amazing challenges. As you complete each challenge, you'll unlock the next one and gain kindness points and badges and so on and so forth. They're really so much fun. They're easy to do. You can do them with your family, with your kids, with your school, with your company. So check it out on danceforkindness.com. Getting involved in any one of the 3 ways is completely free. Our goal is to simply spread kindness into the world and make people see the good that's happening in the world, even though there's been a tremendous amount of hardship. And so I'd like to now jump right into the reading for this week. And the reading is coming to us from October 29th. And the act goes as follows. Give someone a second chance. It's something that takes a lot of effort, but you will have ended up gaining far more than what you've given. And the quote by George Christoph Lichtenberg. It often takes more courage to change one's opinion than to stick to it. And the reflection. A real second chance is one free of judgments and expectations from the past. One that allows a person to be reborn as if from new. By holding tight to the pain someone caused you and casting feelings of doubt, expecting them to disappoint you, you're simply paving the way for that disappointment. Tip: think of the good experiences you've shared. We tend to focus on the negative moments, the fights, the mistrust, the heartache, that we pay no heed to all the laughs, the joy, the memories created with that very same individual. This is a really difficult act. When I say that it's a difficult act, it could seem like it's very simple in the beginning, give somebody a second chance. But as we just read, it's more than just giving someone a second chance. It's actually trusting that they're not going to disappoint you again. See, because when we give somebody a real second chance, we let go of the past hurt. That doesn't mean that we should be, if somebody really hurt us and harmed us, okay, we have to be careful. Kindness doesn't mean you allow people to step on you, but giving somebody a second chance is recognizing that each and every person makes mistakes. I make mistakes, you make mistakes, we all make mistakes. Sometimes we say things that we didn't necessarily mean to say, or we do things that we didn't necessarily mean to do. You never know what's going on in a person's life at that exact moment. when maybe they act out of character. You don't know. Someone might be experiencing hardships that even if you're their best friend, you have no clue about. But when we give somebody a second chance, when we allow ourselves to see ourselves in them, recognizing that just as they made that mistake, I've also made mistakes. And how would I want someone to treat me? You know, there's a line, and I want to repeat it again because it's very important. I was talking about it here. It says, by holding tight to the pain someone caused you and casting feelings of doubt, expecting them to disappoint you, you're simply paving the way for that disappointment. This is really key. When you're gonna think, even though you might say, okay, all right, I forgive you, but if you're gonna continue to hold on to what that person did, and anytime they may do something wrong again, even slightly, that you bring it up, or that you're waiting for them to disappoint you, the likelihood is what you're waiting for is gonna actually come into fruition. Really giving somebody a second chance is seeing things from anew. It talks here about the concept of not always focusing on all the negative that happened. Because sometimes when you get into think about a fight you had with a friend or maybe a family member, and suddenly you're not talking to them. You could have had years and years of great times, amazing memories that you had together. And suddenly that one instance, something shifts, and all those great memories suddenly fade away. We shouldn't forget those moments. Again, I'm gonna put a word of caution here. There's a reason I'm putting a word of caution, because that does not mean that you should allow yourself to be a doormat. Being a doormat does not mean being kind. You need to be able to know your value, to stand up for yourself if somebody truly did something terrible to you. But there are so many times where we don't have the courage to give a second chance when it's really needed. So let's take the time to empathize, to put ourselves in another person's shoes, and to try and understand why they may have acted in the way they did, and give those people a second chance, whether this is with people that you know, or whether it's with people that you don't necessarily know. We can cast judgments on loads of people. In today's world, it's so easy for us to cast judgments. How? Social media is great. There's a lot of great to it, but there's also a lot of danger. And that's anything in life, by the way. No one thing is either amazingly good and it's always good, and no one thing is always bad. Life is about balance. It's how we utilize something. You know, I could take a look at anything. I could look at this water bottle, okay? And a water bottle is really great, right? You drink water, but you could use this to throw it on someone and hurt them. What does that mean? Just something as simple as that. Every single thing that is in this world can be used for the good, and it could be used for the bad. How we actually utilize it, that is our specific choice. So in today's world of social media, we also have to recognize that there's a lot of good, and sometimes there's a lot of bad. And sometimes when people are writing comments about others online, maybe slandering somebody or saying whatever it may be, it can truly shift the way that you thought about that person, or you thought about that organization, or you thought about whatever it may be. Make sure that you are making the choices based on what you know, not based on what is being fed to you. We have to open our eyes and open our hearts and recognize that in this world, there is not one person that is free from making mistakes. But if we allow ourselves to see ourselves in their position, suddenly things shift in a completely different way. We come to have something very important, and that thing is empathy. I have to tell you that one of the best times in my life where I gave somebody a second chance, so it's a very good friend of mine from high school, and we had a falling out, and it was really bad. And I promised myself I was never gonna talk to her, never. And suddenly in my senior year of high school, as I was sitting in class, and the truth of the matter is, I cannot remember who sent the first note, if it was me or if it was her. I don't have an idea. And the honest truth is, it doesn't matter. But one of us sent a note to the other in the very beginning of the year saying, why don't we put the past aside? It had been 2 years, okay, that we were not really talking or connecting. And suddenly, we became friends again, best friends. And so imagine if I had taken that note or she had taken that note, again, I don't remember who sent the note, and said, no, I'm not giving this person a second chance. Imagine that friendship wouldn't have lasted until this very day. It's wild. So think twice before you cast judgment, before you cut somebody out of your life. But again, you have to know the balance. Sometimes there are people that we do need to cut out of our life for ourselves because it is good for us. That doesn't mean that we have to cut them out of our lives by screaming at them and by saying bad things to them or hurting their feelings. Sometimes in life, two people need to be on different paths, and that's okay also. But keep your eyes peeled for the people that really deserve that second chance and give it to them. You might be surprised by what comes out as a result of it. All right, guys, this is a challenge for all of us. Even if this specific act made you start thinking about this a little bit more, maybe there is somebody in your life that comes to your mind right away, and perhaps you'll send them a text message or a voice note or write them an email or pick up the phone and call them. And you never know what can come as a result. I'd love to hear your stories. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So share them here. I love responding to your comments, guys. I want to thank you for joining me for the weekly Kindness Kickoff. I want to encourage you guys to go to danceforkindness.com, sign up for the Kindness Challenge, for Dance for Kindness, for the virtual event right there on the site, and continue to follow along every Monday for the weekly Kindness Kickoff. Thank you, guys. Have an amazing week ahead. And remember, it's kindness that keeps the world afloat. Love you all. Mwah.